stunning comeback by Manchester United, the Red Devils evened the score and snatched the victory despite being outnumbered. Vinicius Jr. has announced the details about his transfer to Saudi Arabia. Tottenham has come under the sights of Qatari sheikhs. A new grant may appear in London. Liverpool has surpassed second-place Arsenal by 14 points in the Premier League. Fans are chanting about the championship. And Cesc Fabregas will replace Hansi Flick at the helm of Barcelona or Pep Guardiola at the helm of Manchester City. Who will start celebrating earlier here? We talk about this and much more today. Friends, this is a dose of football and the top 10 hottest news to this hour. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to unload your royal like, because having collected 5,000 fingers up today, we will definitely release a new video tomorrow. Well, am I right? According to the old good tradition, I wish you a pleasant appetite and a pleasant viewing. Fans unhappy with the club's management is a usual thing for APL, but when players also complain about the bosses, it's already too much. Indeed, Tottenham is in precisely this situation. Christian Romero openly said that Nuno Espirito Santo is not to blame for the crisis and expressed complaints to Daniel Levy. Of course, the Australians' share of the blame for Tottenham's position in the league table is there, but a larger responsibility lies on the shoulders of the club's president. Tottenham, if judged by polls, has the best stadium in the Premier League, a dedicated and huge fan base, and revenues on par with the world's top clubs. Ambitions to play in the Champions League and even to compete for the title. But Tottenham is far from Arsenal, Liverpool, or even crisis-ridden Manchester City. And first and foremost, simply because of the difference in the quality of players. This season, the team critically lacks bench strength. Moreover, how many real top footballers does Pochettino have? Dejan Kulusevski, Son Heung-min, James Maddison, Mickey van den Ven, Christian Romero, Guilherme Vicaria, and Dominik Szoboszlai. And that, when in form I agree, the team is not bad, but it's clearly not enough to fight for the title. And when Romero and Van den Ven are also not playing due to injuries, then everything is really bad. Tottenham has been attempting to progress for a year, but continues to struggle and falter. And here, logically, questions arise to Levy and the owners as well. And many Tottenham fans want the club's top to change. Fortunately for these devotees, a spanner. As Bloomberg reports, over the past 18 months, investors, including American billionaires and various funds, have begun negotiations to buy a stake in Tottenham. Moreover, the ultimate goal of most of them is full control over the club. Judging by everything, the Spurs will still change the owner. Or, at the very least, new major minority shareholders will appear, like Sir Jim Ratcliffe at Manchester United. And hefty investments should indeed take Tottenham to a new level. Maybe even win some trophy? Even if it sounds like fantasy. Somehow we all overslept. The winter team of the Brazilian Championship for the Brazilian Clubs Cup spent almost 300 million euros on footballers. Only the Tolstosumi from the APL spent more. After the 23rd Brazilians consistently break the amount into 200 million, not just once. And this is while the La Liga clubs wintered for a pitiful 26 million. For the first time in 30 years, Brazilians have made it into the ratings this year. In the list of the world's most profitable clubs, Flamengo has soared to the 30th line, and further on, Brazilian teams will only become richer. Until the year 2012, local clubs were legally considered non-commercial civil associations. That is, they belonged to the fans, and for this very reason, investors bypassed them. In the summer of 21st, the law on football societies was changed and money from businessmen from all over the world immediately flowed into the championship. Despite this, the Brazilian Championship currently ranks 6th globally in income after the top 5 leagues and Major League Soccer. Surprisingly, the Saudi League is also on the rise. Now Brazilians can afford to pay salaries to Neymar, Oscar, Danilo Felipe Anderson, Thiago Silva, Alexandro Felipe Coutinho, Memphis Depay, Dimitri Payet and other stars. Santos president Marcelo Teixeira is confident that Neymar came to the club not just for half a season. With Neymar's arrival, we have more fans. The number with the star reached 75,000 people. All our financial goals will be reviewed towards increase. If everything goes well, then most likely our cooperation will continue until 2026. However, Neymar himself continues to dream about Europe. According to Daria Sport, respected Barcelona agent PV Zahavi is persuading the Catalan leadership to sign the declining star next summer after his Antezo contract expires. Hansi Flick and his staff are against transfers. But, as is known, Laporta and Deco consider their opinion much more important than the coach's. And considering that Xavi, like Jorge Mendes, spins Laporta as he wants, Ney's chances of a comeback are very high. And all this does not prevent Blaugrana from renting Messi, because if the Argentine comes to Barça, as journalist Alex Candel claims, he will almost certainly play for pennies or refuse a salary altogether. After all, he was ready to play for free in his 20s. It's just that the peculiarities of the legislation related to the extension of the contract got in the way. But now Messi can play for free with Rafinha, Neymar, Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski and Lionel Messi. Such a collection is even legal. Milan probes failures following Zlatan Ibrahimovic's arrival. The Swede says he is open to criticism. I'm a bodyguard, I protect the club, let them shoot at me, I'll shoot back twice so I can become a target. After a decade of living in war, you fear no one. Everyone always talks about Milan, why? Because we are great, but the current game of Milan is far from greatness. Fonseca did not develop the project, and it appears Conceição doesn't have it either, or at least it's not visible. The Fonseca crisis is partly because Paulo lacked management support. But Conceição also did not get along with the bosses of Rossoneri, and he almost had a public conflict with Ibrahimovic. Results are already expected from Conceição this season. In football, of course, you need to focus on them, but it is rare to achieve success in tight deadlines. Milan is not only changing coaches, but also its approach to the game. Conceição and Fonseca represent contrasting tactical approaches, despite having similar tenures of about half a season. I've already said that Couch will be fired if the club doesn't make it to the Champions League at the end of the season, and the management is preparing for the likely dismissal of the Portuguese. Journalist Luca Bianchini from Sport. Luca Bianchini said that in the summer Milan could have invited Antonio Conte, as the Italian had offered his candidacy to the Devils, but the Red Blacks refused, and now they want to replay everything and offer Conte to lead the team after this season. Why is Antonio leaving Naples? It's all clear here. The coach doesn't like it when the management undermines him and doesn't provide the promised resources for the fight for titles. Who did Napoli buy in the winter? Filipa Bellinga, who spent a little more time for the club, very limited on the ball Okafor, but they brought in Huichi for substitution. But now Wenger has only 8 minutes in Series A, and Napoli is expected to have surfaced. Sooner or later, Conte will argue with Aurelio De Laurentiis on this ground, as in general, everyone predicted even before the start of the draw. And then Milan will be next and Conte in Serie A, Tsarevic, and this season is a confirmation of that, because expecting the current Napoli to fight for Scudetto is crazy, but Conte is in the race. Yes, if the coach has Juan Jesus playing, and he plays in such a way that it seems like he's a strong footballer, then coach is clearly a necromancer. Of that level. Antony was sent off with a red card in the match against Getafe for a tackle from behind, raising the question of why the referee made this decision. Of course, it's dangerous, but in reality, Wenger barely touched Juan Iglesias, and the Getafe footballer would probably have been injured when watching the TV. As Rio Ferdinand said, what's the point of Antony's attempt to take the ball? In Betis, they also thought that the punishment was excessive, so they appealed. The La Liga disciplinary committee agreed with the Cucumber's demands and cancelled the player's disqualification. The club's legal service provided a document proving that the referee made a mistake in the report, which mentioned a back tackle with excessive force. As a result, Antony will be able to play against Real. The fans are extremely unhappy with such a decision and consider it unfair. And it's not because Antony didn't deserve the punishment, but simply because they believe the referees are biased against Real. The Madrid team claimed that the referees are hunting Real and even disregard legal arguments for this. Most of all, the Royal Club was shocked by the formulation of the decision to cancel the disqualification for the removal. After all, the Merengues believed that the undercut from behind was really made with excessive force. The Real Madrid delegation appealed to the AES. The red card, which was rightly shown by the referee's team and well explained in the report, was cancelled. Regardless, the referees will now be judging the matches again. They're not holding back, they did this with the intention to harm us. I wonder, in Madrid, do they really believe all this? I have doubts, but in principle I understand Real. Who wouldn't be afraid to go against the best player in Europe? Manchester United started the match against Ipswich in their own style. The Red Devils let in a goal already on the 4th minute, but managed to recover in time. First and foremost, thanks to the efforts of Rooney Fernandes. Yesterday, the Portuguese put on a captain-worthy performance. Halfback flew around the field, fighting for every ball, dropping back in defense while being Manchester United's main creator. It's great to be able to act in depth when nothing is holding you back. Casemiro, who only came out during the match when MU had to tighten their belts. And they had to tighten up because the Mancunians were able to come back and take the lead, but then they were outnumbered and let it slip, but still scraped out 3 points. Harry Maguire scored the winning goal, assisted by Bruno Fernandes. The club's newcomer Dorgu was removed. For the lad, his Old Trafford debut match was, to put it mildly, memorable. Hutchinson flew into the goal with a lateral pass. No questions about the red card, the referee did everything right, the foul was terrible. It was scary for the Ipswich player. Luckily, he was able to continue the match. What I liked the most was the confident play of United in minority. The Red Devils acted organized, which is rare for them now. Will MU recover this season? Meanwhile, Tottenham hosted Manchester City. I must admit, I expected a resultative game, and it should have been because winger Garajan Jeremy Doku just destroyed the right flank of Tottenham. If they had used the moments created by him, they would have been hopelessly lost. But they managed to stand out once. Erling Haaland scored, but don't think that Erling was good yesterday. He was dragging. Doku could have had 3 or 4 assists if the Norwegian cyborg had been a little more accurate. Review of the epic comeback of Manchester United, torn out on the volleys, I recommend watching on our Telegram channel. It's been a while since United's players have shown this level of determination and unity on the pitch. Link in the description and in the pinned comment. Despite Liverpool's efforts, Mohamed Salah has not extended his contract with the club. In a recent interview, the Egyptian once again hinted that he is close to leaving Anfield. I want fans to remember that I gave my all, I didn't slack off, I just enjoyed my football and gave everything. I think that's the point. Fans give you love, and you're connected with them because you give your all. I just want them to remember that I spent 8 years here and gave it my all. Agree, it's strange to say that if you're supposedly extending the contract. Winger, in his current form, is the dream of any European club. Rumor has it, Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain are interested in him, but his age of 32 might deter them. And not behind the mountains is the age decline. And the player will surely ask for a huge salary, especially considering that he will sign a contract as a free agent. In such deals, there are always very large bonus payments. But there is one club that is definitely not afraid to sign older players, and it is currently hunting for Salah. According to the publication, Inter Milan has made a bid for Mohamed. Razzo representatives have contacted the footballer's entourage, but Inter is not in a hurry. The budget remains undisclosed. However, in recent years the situation has greatly improved, thanks to the legendary Giuseppe Motta. Master at negotiating with free agents, he will probably pick the keys to Salah. It's clear that Inter's offer will not even come close to what they are giving Mohamed in Saudi Arabia. But you can go to the East later. And to take Scudetto with a powerful Inter is worth it right now, when Mohamed has a chance to leave his mark in Serie A. Well, at least with the second attempt. Como opening of this season, and they are in a resort sense. Many thought that the Como Football Club was just a collection of star veterans who came to relax by the lake, enjoy its views, and make money. The place is indeed picturesque, Hollywood stars buy villas there on the cheap. But it turned out that retirees like Sergio Roberto came to play football more seriously than the young ones. The Como leadership also remembers the youth. In the winter, they bought Ousmane Diaw, and the 19-year-old guy has already scored 5 goals in 8 matches of Series A. He distinguished himself at Udinese, Milan, Juventus, Fiorentina, and Napoli. What kind? Separate praises are earned by coach Coma Cesc Fabregas, who recently brought Napoli to the second round of the playoffs. Legendary Claudio Ranieri assessed Fabregas' prospects. I'm already thinking about the match with Coma. They used to beat us, but now you are inspired and playing well? Fabregas will become one of the best coaches in Europe in 3 or 4 years, I'm convinced of this. I'm not surprised Cesc has become a strong coach, likely one of the smartest players ever, don't you agree? Then just look at the Spaniard's assist cut and convince yourself. Fabregas led Como out of Serie B, scoring fantastic statistics there, and now he keeps the club in Serie A. There's no doubt about it. The team is on a winning streak and is currently in top form. Fabregas' success has caught the eye of major clubs. The Messenger reports that his home club Barcelona is monitoring him, but only as a future possibility. Still, Laporta has no plans to fire Hansi Flick. Manchester City may part ways with Pep Guardiola depending on the draw results. Moreover, rumors suggest the coach has decided to leave the team himself. Wenger claims Fabregas is viewed as the perfect successor to Guardiola. Stylistically, yes, even though Fabregas has a hybrid football, he learned a lot from Guardiola and Conte and mixed a blend of these philosophies. But is Cesc ready to take over one of the biggest clubs in Europe right now? He lacks Manchester City's extensive experience working with top players. After all, he who doesn't take risks doesn't drink champagne. Write in the comments whether you think Cesc should take on the challenge, or would it be better to gain experience in Como? I want to tell you that we are reviving an old good tradition. I will be responding to all comments within 1 hour after the video is published. Skeptical? See for yourself. Mohamed Salah is flying towards his first golden boot in his career with some insane statistics. At his current pace, he will finish the competition with a record-breaking performance. Salah has called Tatisson the best in his career. And he added that he has significantly improved as a player, as he has now stopped focusing on himself and helps his partners to become better. Throughout his time in Liverpool, Salah has consistently shown exceptional mastery. The Egyptian has proven to be one of the best players in the team's history and in the Premier League in general. However, Rio Ferdinand believes there are two footballers who have played in the Premier League with whom Salah cannot be compared. They are Cristiano Ronaldo and Thierry Henry. In my opinion, it's a matter of taste, but right now, Salah is on the same level as peak Ronaldo and Henry. The statistics confirm this. Moreover, according to them, Salah is even better. He is on track for the best season in the history of the Premier League. Over the years, it has only become more challenging as the gap between the team's abilities has narrowed considerably. So to say that Salah is clearly lagging behind Ronaldo and Henry, to me, is strange. Ferdinand seems to think that the grass was greener before. As for Rio, there were days when he himself could and wanted to. I will be very surprised if Salah does not get the golden ball for this season. And I don't even see that anyone could overtake him. What would it take to do that? So far, none of the attackers are on track to repeat the season. Messi 2012 and the defenders, goalkeepers and halfbacks will have to save the planet, invent a cure, a tractor or something in that spirit. Nevertheless, legendary National Football League coach Sam Allardyce believes that Mohamed will not win the World Cup. Salah has no chance. Because of what Real did last year, their player will receive the award. The Madrid players will be very upset if they don't get the golden ball, and this year's winner will be someone from Real. You can boldly bet on this. Florentino Perez really tried so that this time Vinicius, Mbappe or Bellingham would not be left without an award. Although with such a season of Salah, I still doubt that they will be able to bypass Mo. Vinicius, getting closer and closer to moving to Saudi Arabia. It's no secret that Vini has become the #1 target of the Sheikhs. The Saudis want to make him the face of the World Championship in 1934. Vini's presence will significantly boost the popularity of the Saudi Championship and ease the transfer of young players. If Vinicius, in the prime of his strength, went to play in the Middle East and wasn't afraid of reputational losses and that it would ruin his career, then the rest can calmly accept offers from the championship. Things have gone so far that Vini is already discussing a likely transfer in Real's locker room. According to Releva's information, Wenger jokingly talked to his teammates about the offer from the Saudis. At the same time, the Brazilian has not yet decided on his future and does not rule out either extending his contract with Merengues or leaving the club. The oil company's management thinks Vini is drawn to the Saudi offer and project. And in Madrid, they are very worried about this. This is confirmed by an English publication, according to Inside, with which the Sheikhs have already started negotiations with the royal club. They are trying to agree on Wenger's summer transfer. They haven't decided on a team for Vini yet, they will give him the opportunity to choose himself. But the sheikhs are already preparing an offer for the free agents for a whopping 20 million euros. What will the Brazilian do, becoming the most expensive player in football history? In Real Madrid, of course, they don't want to sell the forward, but they will agree to let him go if Vini himself asks the management about it. Everything here is logical. Why forcibly keep a footballer if he doesn't want to continue playing in Europe? Moreover, it will be easier for the new coach Meringhoff to strike a famous balance. Even Carlo Ancelotti had a hard time searching for it. In total, Vinicius will cost the Sheikh around 1.5 billion euros. How many other top players could have been brought in for that money? Arsenal continues to lose points. Yesterday the Gunners let theirs slip in a match with a 0-0 draw. Arsenal haven't scored for the second match in a row. It's understandable, the team lost their attacking leaders. Igor can't do it alone. And Mirina as a 9 is no longer surprising her opponents. Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz and Gabi Jesus are in the infirmary. It's sad and painful. Scouser has already named all my haters. In the comments yesterday, they took out Newcastle United. Even without Arne Slot at the helm, Liverpool overcame. Liverpool dominated in all aspects, controlled the ball and rolled it all the first half, and even the famous Newcastle pressing couldn't handle it. In the second half, the Reds looked worse, but still significantly stronger. It's logical that they slowed down. Think about it. This is Liverpool's 7th match since February 6th and the 3rd in the last 8 days. No other club in the top 5 leagues has such a tough schedule. And this is not an exaggeration. It's a statement of cold hard facts. So it's even surprising that Merseyside was so confidently able to handle Jordi. Mohamed Salah was working wonders again. He made his 17th assist in the Premier League, giving a header to Alexis McAllister. He's just 3 assists away from the record held by Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. And what if Diaz had scored? A spectacular pass from him in the second half. With such a Salah, you really don't have to be afraid of anyone who consistently delivers top matches, regardless of fatigue. He only took the defenders, the final score is 2-0, 3 points go to Liverpool. The Reds now lead Arsenal by a staggering 30 points. An immense chasm, not just a gap. Even the fans of the Scousers are not afraid to jinx the team and sing chants about the championship. Juventus was shockingly eliminated from the Italian Cup after losing to Napoli on penalties in another match. Yes, it's a disgrace no doubt, but I want to talk about Kefren Thuram's goal. The healthy halfback passed the near corner of the goal after a clever heel trick. A stunning performance, especially for a 2-meter footballer. Perhaps the best feint of the season. Laconic, exquisite, effective and efficient. You know where to look for goals. I won't remind you again about our Telegram channel Dose of Football, but if someone accidentally forgot, I'll still remind you. Because Telegram is the best thing that happened to the internet after YouTube. Telegram is convenient, it's free, and it gives full access to the most hidden content. I'm talking about football for those 17 and up, not what you thought. You ask why Telegram specifically? Yes, because everything in Telegram is honest. No algorithms decide for you what to watch and what not to. All you need to do is subscribe to our Telegram channel and all updates will be right in front of your eyes. Unlike YouTube, where videos can get lost in the depths of your subscriptions, the Telegram channel is always nearby. In our Telegram, we publish what doesn't make it into the video, exclusive materials, behind-the-scenes moments, my random thoughts, funny subscriber comments, and just what doesn't fit into Telegram. This is not just a channel, this is our private club of interests, where it's always cozy, fun, and soulful. The Dose of Football Telegram channel is like an elite club, offering free, honest content just for you, without any pretentiousness or fees. In Telegram, you can discuss news without restrictions, share memes, ask questions, and most importantly, get answers to them. In Telegram, everything is prompt, no waiting, no delays. Content appears instantly and regularly. Of course, you may not subscribe to the Dose of Football in Telegram, but then you won't learn a lot of interesting things from the world of our favorite game, and you won't see any secret materials related to the life of the channel. How does it feel to be part of an elite society that knows more than the rest? Telegram is unmatched. With no ads, strange recommendations, or absurd algorithms, it offers pure content and live communication. With Telegram's Dose of Football, you'll stay updated on all events. As I said earlier, there's no point in reminding you to subscribe to the TG channel, as it's clear how wonderful everything is there. Moreover, subscribing only takes a couple of seconds. I'm sure you've longed for it, longed to see the amazing world of football content that's only available to Telegram subscribers. Find the link to Telegram in the video description, pinned comment, and even in your dreams. Because after this reminder, the word Telegram will definitely stick in your head. Telegram is waiting for you. Telegram is open for you. Telegram Dose of Football is already ready to meet new subscribers, so stop resisting. Just follow the link and become part of our friendly family. Well, if you are already subscribed to the Dose of Football in TG, you are cool, you are among those who know the value of good content. And if you haven't yet, it's high time to fix it because Telegram doesn't wait, it calls. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and for subscribing to the channel. My name is Kirill Kast, and that was your daily dose of Telegram, Dose of Football, world to your home and your hunger, friends.